Hello everybody and welcome. This is Herc, your gaming archaeologist, and we are playing still the Tomb Raider with Lara Croft here. And last episode I had to stop in this drive through the Valley of the Kings because of this facade, and I was suggesting that this was the facade of Abu Simbel, which is a temple of Ramses II in Abu Simbel. And Abu Simbel is about 500 kilometers south of the Valley of the Kings, which we are in. So it doesn't belong here at all. But what is Abu Simbel? Well, it's a rock-cut temple in Nubia, and it was made by Ramses II. Ramses II is most probably the most famous pharaoh of the 19th dynasty in the New Kingdom period of Egypt. He lived about 1279 to 1213 BC. And he was the third pharaoh of the 19th dynasty. And he built two rock-cut temples in Abu Simbel. And this is the main temple featuring him in 4 colossal statues here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And down there at his feet are depictions of his relatives in the original version of the temple. Not here though. I only see a woman here and Ray in the middle. Here the guy with the sun disk on his top, on his head. But in the original version there are, what's that? Wait. No, it's also Ray. In the original version there are figures of his wife and his sons and daughters down at his feet. And check it out. Or maybe you have been there in one of your vacations, who knows. And what else do we have here? We have here a figure of Ray. But this is very interesting because this is a cryptographic writing of the name of Ramses II. This means Ray here holds in his hand a staff which is called in Egypt, or which stands for, or is a hieroglyph, which means Wesser, and down at his feet there is Ma'at standing. You can't see it here. So are these the same depictions? Yeah, they are. So they just reproduced them here. So he has Ma'at standing at his feet, and the whole thing depicts the throne name of Ramses II, which is Wessa Ma'at. So in cryptographic writing, so it symbolizes the hieroglyphs that you would write the throne name of Ramses with. So I hope that was understandable. And here would be the entrance to the temple, and you would... Oh yeah, look here, there is another depiction. This might be one of the princes. One of Ramses' sons. By the way, he had a lot of wives and a lot of children, but we come to that later. Yeah, here through the entrance you would go through 2 big halls with pillars in, and then you would come to the sanctum, the sanctuary itself, with 3 statues of gods, the main gods of the Ramesside period, which would be Ptah, Amun-Re, and Re-Harakte, and a 4th statue, which would be Ramses II himself, the deified pharaoh. And twice a year, a sunbeam would shine through the great pillared hall and the smaller pillared hall beneath it into the sanctum, onto the very statues. That must have been a sight to behold. But in 1964, between 1964 and 1968, in our age, so 80, The temple was dismantled and relocated to a higher position on the same site, though, about 200 meters higher than it was originally located, because of Lake Nassar, which would have flooded the temple completely. So in a huge effort, the whole temple was, as I said, dismantled and relocated to a higher place, and it has now a artificial dome of concrete around it to mark its rock cut feature. So you can still visit it. It's not flooded by the Lake Nassar, but it's not in its original position either. But still, that's a great thing that they did that. Get in there. Okay, now we proceed. Yeah, so that was just a little... oh, that's how I drive. Hey, come on. A little excursion to that temple. Oh, there is somebody shooting at us. Can I overrun him easily? I can. And where are we now? Oh, dangerous hole. Oh yeah, here you can see they used the same overlay for the depiction here with the cryptographic writing, so which is here, Ray with the sun disk on top of his head. Okay, let's proceed. Don't know where we are. Oh, interesting. So this, oh, interesting. Let's run over him. Let's park here. I guess we cannot proceed. Get out of your car, please. Oh, well, let me park. Wait. Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh, that's bad. Let me fix that and I will see you in a second. There we go. I parked the car properly. And let's continue on our journey. So yeah, by saving the game, just now I saw that this level is called KV5. That means King's Valley 5, so it's the Tomb 5 in the Valley of the Kings. And what do we have here? It doesn't look like a tomb at all. It rather looks like the temple walls of Karnak, to be honest. But let's have a look around. Yeah, KV5, so it seems we are now in a Ramessid theme here, because KV5 is, can I get up here, is the tomb of Ramses' sons. And it's very funny because if we enter here and KV5 is to our left, we came from the north, so there should be KV7 down there, where I'm pointing now, and there should be tomb, I guess, KV8 down there, and KV7 is the tomb of Ramses II himself, and KV8 is the tomb of his successor Memtach, which is his 13th son. Yeah, as I said earlier, Ramses had a lot of wives and a lot of sons. So, is there anything down here? Nope. So, he had, I guess about, I'm not sure about that, but he had about 7 main wives and several concubines, which means, come on, would you please grab that? Which means, he had altogether about 100 children, around 52 sons and as much daughters as that. And he survived a lot of his children because he was around 90 years old when he died. So he reigned 66 years and died with about 90 years, which makes him, I guess, one of the most longest reign. Oh, shoot this guy. Oh, he's shooting us. There we go. Which makes him one of the longest kings ever, I guess, with the longest reign. And he buried his sons in KV5. And KV5 has a very interesting history because it was discovered in the 19th century already, but back then they thought the tomb was just a small hole in one of the rocks of the Valley of the Kings. Nothing special, nothing interesting. We just found a secret, by the way. How cool. And so nobody else bothered with it for a long time until in 1984, I guess. The tomb was rediscovered by the Theban Mapping Project. I will put a link down in the description so you can check that out. It's a very interesting site with all the informations for all the tombs in the Valley of the Kings. And yeah, it was rediscovered. And can I get up there? I guess I can. And in 1995, archaeologists who were digging or excavating the grave or the tomb, ooh, some health, I take that gladly, found out that it wasn't just a little chamber in the rock, but that it was one of the largest tombs ever found in the Valley of the Kings. I guess I have to grab that. Oh, go there. Okay, looks good. Do I have to do it like that? I guess so, right? Whoop, there we go. And so, swing, 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 whoop. Oh, there's a lever. Interesting. Let's first check here. Yeah, they found... there's nothing. They found around 130 chambers until now, and there are much more that wait for discovery. At least that's what the archaeologists... Oh, I didn't know that that was a thing. At least that's what the archaeologists expect. We're still digging there, so it's not yet done at all. So it's a very interesting tomb, and it's also a very interesting fact that the producers of Tomb Raider 4 used this tomb and no other to display their game in, or as a feature in their game, because I mean when they find out that the tomb was much bigger than any other tomb in the Valley of the Kings, it went through the press, of course, and it was a big deal. And this game here was developed or came out in 1999, so I guess it was developed in between 1998 and 1999, and the developers used the then new hype about this newfound tomb or rediscovered tomb as a scenery. Well, they used the tomb and the new discovery as a scenery for their game, which is really interesting. But as it seems, well, it's an open courtyard here. Of course, the proper tomb was underground, rock cut. And it had also a lot of corridors. Hey, what you doing? A lot of corridors and a lot of chambers, but all underground or in the rock. And yeah, opposite of the tomb of Ramses II. And there's also a theory that the main entrance hall and the two chambers that were found in the 19th century were an older tomb from the 18th dynasty, and that Ramses II used this pre-made tomb and kind of enlarged it and used it for his sons. Come on, get in there. Guess we have to use the car. Yeah, that much about. Okay. Ooh, dangerous. Ooh. Wait, we take a health. Come on. I guess a large one would do. Oh, it's very dark in here and I'm stuck. This car is not easy to ride, and there's a hole. Okay. Should I get out and check these holes? Oh, there's another hole. I don't know. Whoa, be careful. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should get out and check where I am. Because this seems to be an interesting place. Oh yeah, and we seem to be out already. So, as we just heard that this is one of the largest tombs in whole Egypt. Not only in the Valley of the Kings. Oh, I can get down there and there's something, so let's do that. This is not a proper depiction of it. It was very small. And it's all in open space, which is weird. Let's do that. So I hope I can climb in there. Okay. Grab that and that's the thing again, that she's not climbing while in this position. How did I do that the last time? That's the way. There we go. And it's a secret. Amazing. Can you please grab this? Oh, what's that? An arrow? Can we have a bow? Oh, I would love that. So that's the first appearance of the bow thing? Amazing. But I didn't find a bow yet. Where do I get the bow from? Guess we missed something. So, very elegant. And I guess that's it. Glad we found that. Get up there. She's so slow. Hup. Hup. Oh, no, she didn't do it that time. Okay, and off we go. I guess there's nothing in there. Is there? Oh. Look in there. No, doesn't seem so. Yeah, so if you're interested in this whole Valley of the King thing, yeah, check out, I can only tell it again, check out the Theban Mapping project site. And there are also little films about each and every of the tombs, where the excavator or the project manager talks about it. It's really interesting. Oh, we're still chasing this car. I forgot about it. So many interesting things to look at. Oh. So we just follow him, I guess. Oh, what a bumpy road. There we go. Oh, there's a pillar and there's, oh man. I just ignore that guy. I guess. Where did you go? In there. Another drive-in. Where are we?
Croft woman has outsmarted you, yeah? And now she escapes.
The amulet, Herr von Croy. It talks of the priest, Semerkhet.
Semerkhet.
Mon Dieu, Lara?
Jean-Yves, my faithful friend.
I fear this is not a social visit.
Only if you want Von Croy gate-crashing the party.
Von Croy?
I think he was looking for this.
The amulet of Horus. An almost legendary artifact. So, you have found and opened the tomb of Seth. This doesn't bode well. Translating from the Hebrew, he who removes the amulet shall once more release the dark power of Seth. And Seth saith, I am the shadow across the sun. I am the bringer of plagues. My wrath will consume all lands and shall be ceaseless.
The power to summon the sun god Horus to rebind the evil Set shall only be revealed to the bearer of the amulet within the temple of Semerkhet at Karnak.
The ceremony is complete as the armor of Horus summons the sun god. The armor of Horus. At the dig site in Alexandria, my men talk fearfully of this.
The armor must also be Von Croy's goal.
Only one so ignorant of the prophecies would dabble with such a prehistoric evil. Ah, yes. Releasing Seth. But how could you have known, my dear?
Time to put things right and remove a thorn in my side in the process.
Oh wow, that was action-packed. So we got over the Nile to the east bank, where Karnak is, I guess, and then we visited an old French friend, and Von Croy is the guy, the evil guy. So I like that they were quite accurate in depicting the Egyptian workers, and Van Croy even came with a car with an Arabic license plate. That's all very nice. And yeah, the Arabic workers, or the Egyptians, the locals, they wore the galabia, which is what they indeed wear until today, at least if you visit the locals that live along the Nile. Of course, in Cairo, they're wearing normal, modern European clothes. But if you go to Karnak and meet the locals or go into the villages, then they still wear the galabia as their main clothing, which is very interesting. Yeah, so she went then, I don't know, to her French friend, and they found out that she had to get, I guess, the armor of Horus, whatever that might be, from the tomb of Semerkhet in Karnak, which is, of course, totally not true. There is no tomb of Semerkhet in Karnak. Karnak, which is in the territory of Thebes. By the way, Thebes is a Greek name that the Greeks gave this region. The Egyptian name for it is Waset, and we still don't know how the Greeks came to call it Thebes. So that's an interesting fun fact. So yeah, this is Thebes is a territory of the priests of Amun, or Amun-Ra later, what he was called. And there is the huge temple of Amun and the Theban Triad, but and several other temples. And on the west bank there is the Valley of the Kings that we have been in already, but there is no tomb or no temple of Semerkhet. We heard in one of the previous episodes that Semerkhet is an Egyptian name or proper Egyptian name. Oh, scorpions. But he was a ruler or king back in the very first dynasty, and his tomb is in Abydos, and I've been there excavating, which is amazing. So we deal with scorpions. That's very interesting, but they're easy to kill, which is nice. And this looks nothing like Karnak. Karnak is this amazing maze of ruins, one of the most impressive sights in all of Egypt. And if you have ever been there, you most probably remember the alley of the Sphinx or the Rams leading to the main temple of Amun, and nothing in there. And the temple itself, which is still until today very, very impressive. But this looks weird. But there are a lot of layers to it, so hopefully I don't get lost. Let's get back to the main room and have a general overview where we are. Yeah, there's an obelisk in the middle, which is not an obelisk, it's just a pillar. I guess it should be an obelisk, but an obelisk has a pointy head or a pointy end to it. This is just a pillar. Or does it have a pointy head? Oh, maybe, no, it does have a pointy end. So it is an obelisk, but a very small one. Obelisks are normally very, very big and impressive. I can't read the cartouche on it, so we will never know whose obelisk it is or whose temple it is, or where they took the pictures from. Let's say it like that. Yeah, so I guess that's it for this episode. We are in for quite a time now, and we saw a lot, and we traveled from the Valley of the Kings to Abu Simbel, and from Abu Simbel to wherever, we don't know, to the French friend, and then back to Karnak. So we did a huge excursion in this episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have any ideas about where we are, or if you recognize something, let me know in the comments, and have a wonderful and adventurous day yourself. Goodbye.